working with live people isn't all it's cracked up to be. That's why so many people choose the civil service. In the Department of the Environment, thousands of people die every year in their seats and do just as efficient a job as they did when they were alive. So how did I end up working here then? Well, I got my basic training as a psychiatric nurse. We're very badly portrayed by the media. I was once followed around for a week by a TV producer who wanted to make a series set in a mental hospital. Unfortunately, he couldn't go ahead because Mike Tyson and Sylvester Stallone weren't available to play staff nurse and sister. So, if psychiatric nurses are devils, then general nurses must surely be angels. Take that marvellous programme Casualty, for example. Does people really think that's what it's like? Why haven't we seen the receptionist behaving like a cross between a Rottweiler and an electric fence, then? And why haven't we seen anyone dying in their seat waiting to be seen in Casualty? I thought this was government policy to keep the NHS queues down. And the main thing, why isn't there more violence? Everybody's favourite hobby in Casualty. In fact, there's so much violence these days, I've become somewhat of an expert on modern weaponry. Mainly because I've seen such a motley collection of penises on the buses and tubes. Wow. Is it a penis or is it a swan vesta? You just can't tell sometimes, can you? Ooh, not a problem in this case, though. This one's a bit of all right, and I'm hoping we'll have time to get to know each other a little bit better. It says in our manual, start from the top and work down. Boring. I prefer to start in the nether regions, and if they're not well stacked, I hand them over to Barry. Ooh, a veritable cooling tower. You might be thinking this is a bit of an odd place to work. Not at all. Nice, quiet, unselfish group of clients, and it's not cold either. In the winter, I have a little paraffin heater. I call it hell, just for a giggle. Puts the wind up the Christians, though. And, see, lots of handy tools, including a mask, which comes in very useful when I'm trying to pick up someone at a party. The staff are very friendly, too. The boss lets me pop out and do my shopping in between orifices, and, at the moment, we're getting stuff together for Sandra's 21st. Of course, Diane's bloody freezer's blown up yet again, but, well, it's no problem. Should be able to get a box of chalk ices in between those thighs. My friends must wonder whether I get bored doing this job. I don't. I've got my favourite magazine, Embalmer's Weekly, to keep me happy. It's got so much in it, you know, beauty tips. I experimented with a few because my makeup technique from Cosmo makes me look like a chronic alcoholic. So I tried a few suggestions from Sharon Diaz's Cosmetic RIP page. Went to a party. Everyone thought I was Barbara Cartland. Incidentally, I've got a few of her readers in here. This woman up here, for example, she went over the recommended level of 3 books a week and her brain just buggered off out of her ears. But the knitting pattern in Embalmer's Weekly this week is the Turin Shroud. Couldn't get any goat's hair from Jerusalem anywhere, so I had to make do with a bit of lime green and purple mix from Woolies, and thought I'd make one from Shane here. A football supporter and this week's special offer as a doorstop. Is he dead or alive? Well, he hasn't headbutted me yet, so he must be dead. On the other hand, he's not communicating coherently, so he could still be alive. Shane sadly expired on holiday in Benidorm, where he was getting a bit fed up anyway, because he'd been there 2 hours and hadn't been charged with manslaughter yet. It says in our manual we have to wash people, which is a damn good idea, because I think Shane's got his favourite aftershave on, Incontinent Docker. Shane will be sadly missed by absolutely no one. In fact, working with dead people has been such a pleasure that I bumped off my boyfriend, and it certainly does seem to have sorted out a few of our fundamental relationship difficulties. He's not unfaithful anymore, doesn't get any of those irritating little headaches when I fancy a bit of how's your father, and he can't run away, although he did have a damn good try when I suggested he meet my parents. Anyway, I often wonder if there's a heaven. Who cares anyway? Sitting on a cloud, playing a harp, being saintly. Not exactly my idea of a good time. No, my heaven would be a massive cake shop with a Simon Bates dartboard which played our tune every time you hit the ball. And, of course, God telling jokes. I've always thought that God would look a little bit like Bernard Manning, although his punchlines would be better. And, of course, in my humble opinion, God isn't a big fat racist bastard. So, how do you actually get to heaven then? Well, you have to be demure, Christian, meek, just like Ian Paisley. So there's quite a few people we're not going to be seeing up there. Adolf Hitler, Benito Mussolini, Attila the Hun, and Barbara Taylor Bradford, a woman of substance, although in my humble opinion, not in the talent department, a bit like Sidney Sheldon and Jackie Collins. Now, in the Catholic religion, when babies die, before being christened, they go to limbo, which is sort of a celestial Dr. Barnardo's. And they actually go here because they're guilty of original sin, but they haven't actually sinned. Having worked at Dr. Barnardo's myself, I found the baby's sins very original, especially as we didn't have a washing machine and I was up to my armpits in original sin all bloody day. I rather like the idea in Buddhism, where you can come back as a different creature in another life. I would imagine in his next life, James Whale will be coming back as a pig. That's if you can come back as a pig 2 lives in a row. And here we have another customer, and I can't say I'm sorry she's copped it. This is a page 3 model, or should I say ex-page 3 model and porn star. And I feel a few less of her type in the world can only be good news for the rest of us women. Not exactly a useful contribution to society, is it? Spending most of your time in front of a photographer looking like you just had your ovaries hoovered out, or displaying your chest to a load of John Selwyn Gummer lookalikes. No, not exactly a sad loss to the likes of Emmeline Pankhurst. In fact, I'd say she's done for feminism what the lead singer of the Pogues has done for French kissing. Now, just a little bit more about our procedures. It says in our manual, remove all tubes and appliances, which is a damn good idea because I had someone in here last week with an egg whisk up their jacksie. It also says remove all jewellery. It doesn't actually say slip it in your pocket, but sometimes it just falls in. And perhaps most importantly, you have to tie a bandage round the face. This is to stop the jaw dropping open because we don't want anyone looking as though they've just heard Jim Davidson say something intelligent and amusing, do we? Well, I think the makeup's about ready for the boyfriend's funeral. Can't say I'm looking forward to it, really. His parents are going to be there, all those accusing glances. He could have done better, you weren't the right girl for him, and that's the 4th boyfriend you've murdered this year. Hello? Oh, it's you. No, I can't talk to you now. I'm in the middle of somebody. There's somebody a little bit more interesting than you. No, nothing. Nothing. No, I can't come out tonight. No, I'm washing my hair. Yes, it is rather greasy this week. Yes, I have washed it a lot this week. Perhaps you might take a leaf out of my book and wash yours more often than every 6 months. Yes, okay. No, I don't. No, I don't want you to come round after work. I'm doing something rather dangerous with the Black & Decker. Putting up some shelves, yes. Well, the Black & Decker might slip and hurt you. Badly. Yes, very badly. No, of course I love you. Yeah.